Hey, Jason Fowler here. I'm going to break down a case study for you utilizing Tube Method, which was a publisher-publishee type of product where we did a lot of different things that really encapsulate specifically the publisher-publishee module of product E-class and what we've been talking about thus far. So I'll give you the background really quick on this thing. Is I met a gentleman named Zane Miller on Facebook. He posted this thing about this new technique they discovered that he had discovered on Hangouts, utilizing this new technology called Hangouts to make money in marketing. And he wanted to interview guests utilizing Hangouts and promote them as their affiliate and make them money together. I did an interview with him. We did, in fact, make money. We both made a dollar over 1,000. And then I said to him, that was awesome, Zaid. Have you thought about teaching people how to do this? And he goes, well, I had. I go, why don't you publish a concept with my assistance, both on the selling side as well as on the product creation side. I will work with you to create the outline and whatnot for this and position it so we can make a lot of money together. And we struck a publisher deal where I published his product as a publisher. He received a percentage on the net. And we worked this out in January. I created the outline, and by February I was selling the product in 2013. And so we actually sold it on a Hangout. Now this Hangout was very interesting because we gave away money to get people on. So this is an example of a positioning element with a brand new technology that anything you do online will make money infinitely easier. Now here's what's really interesting is we went on there and we revealed Tube Method. We told the story of how I found Zane, how I created the product with Zane, why I think it's fantastic, and that they can get in at a special deal if they bought on the Hangout itself, which is what we demonstrated the technology, utilizing the technology. So a lot of lessons there, right? So we get them on this Hangout. And by the way, during the Hangout, we get them to enter to win and draw the prize. And also, by click method here. Now, we built a list this way, or a sub-segment of a list, where we could follow up and do marketing later on as a secondary revenue producer, potentially, or for other consideration, right? So that was another element that we had implemented. Now, normally I don't do both a Hangout and a sales video or a webinar and a sales video for a particular product, but since we're divvying up the tasks, since Zane could focus on creating the product, I could focus on creating the sales video, which I did in this particular case. That's my daughter, Lainey, when she was, I don't know, maybe 3 years old. And I explained, the hook in that case was my daughter is obsessed with Gangnam Style, which at the time was really big. And it was on YouTube that she watched it, and the guy who put it on YouTube made like $9 million or $16 million with that song, basically, from YouTube, right? And so I went through it, and then I explained how we created the product, what it covered, and I broke down each and every single thing related to YouTube and this product, and then they could buy it from the video sales letter. So we utilized that as part of our marketing as well as a secondary revenue producer. Obviously, the launch party on Hangouts was our primary one. We first did it to my audience, and then we went out and did it to affiliates' audiences where we recruited them. And again, Zane gets a cut on every sale, and I get a cut on every sale, regardless of whether we're producing it internally or an affiliate is, right? We also, and this is something I normally don't get to do as much of, but it was a secondary revenue generator for us, as we would pop them up from the sales video to a free report, which I had Zane create, but we implemented the tech on it, and then we pushed them through to make a sale. Now, what's very funny on this is once we did the first launch, it worked really well. We started trying other things based on the reaction that we got, where we would put 5 or 6 affiliates simultaneously on a call. They would promote it, and then each and every one of them, whoever they sent there, could generate revenue. So we get 6, it would be like a mini event, 6 mini launch. 6 affiliates would promote it at the same time. Then each of those 6 would get on. I would bring up each 6 in order, uniquely and intelligently, and then I would sell it and get each one of them to basically give me a testimonial. And then that did very well. We had some audiences, well, not all of them, but some of them did extremely well in terms of this type of promotion here. So this was a thing that led to another kind of concept, and Zane did a lot of the legwork to bring these people in, and then I sold them. And then I also did events where I brought people in and sold them myself that Zane didn't have connections with. So by dividing and conquering, we were both able to do something really powerful and incredible there. Now here's what's funny. After a while, the angle and the hook for Hangouts became kind of stale because they weren't new and unique anymore, right? So then I switched it up. And so the hook, instead of being this new technology or this powerful thing called Hangouts that you can utilize and do to be incredibly powerful or and supercharge anything you do online, I just flipped it. YouTube secrets. Didn't even mention Hangouts on this webinar. And then we changed it from a Hangout and a video sales letter. We utilized a third channel called, or with webinars here. So I'd go through an instructional presentation of creating this. So this became a new hook here. And then at the end, I would pitch them. And they would buy product, right? So once it ran its course, originally, we switched it and we refocused it. And then we breathed a whole new life into it and it sold like crazy again. And then that also allowed us to launch another product called Plus Method. So notice Tube Method, Plus Method. I started positioning Zane as the Google Plus and the YouTube Genius. And so this is an example of again, I created the outline just like I did for Tube Method. And in the publishing model module, you can see specifically the outline I created for Tube Method and how we did that and how we outlined it and everything, right? But I also then created the Plus Method. And so he was going to be both like the YouTube Google Plus guy as well as the Method guy. And he was my publisher. I was his publisher, focused on this kind of elements. And, eventually, and this is good, is you don't have to do this forever. We ended up retiring the product Tube Method because it made no sense for us to continue to update it and support it forever. And of course, customers knew that. Each customer gets a certain amount of time that it gets support, and then after it's done, then it's done. If we don't take on any more customers, but the good thing is you can create a product, see it all the way through to the end, publish it. Each person does what they're supposed to do. That's very valuable. Somebody can focus on the marketing side. Somebody can focus on the content side. Somebody can focus on even the asset side of who knows what, who owns what, who has proof, who has audience. Combine these methods together and everybody's better off as a result of it. So there you go. Here's a case study on the publishing model.